Acedeck X1, that was the board that really astonished us for what a new company in the electric skateboard market can do. And now, the Acedeck X1, the one that started the entire Acedeck brand, is getting an upgrade. It is the Acedeck X1 gear drive. So my favorite things about the original Acedeck X1 was the carbon fiber deck. It was very well built, and the beautiful CNC'd aluminum trucks. They are TKP, they are very smooth, very stable, because up until that point, we're usually used to regular looking forged trucks or cast trucks. Some of them are CNC, but they usually keep a more traditional look. But the Acedeck X1, their trucks on the edgier side. And I have to say, I love the look of their trucks, especially for their CNC'd TKP trucks. They look fantastic. And the 2023 version of the X1 continue with that truck, and I have no complaints whatsoever. This is one of the first trucks where I felt no speed wobbles at all while I was riding them. So these trucks are very, very good, and I really love them. Now let's get to some of the differences between the original X1 and the new X1 for this year. So first of all, the most importantly, it is going to be gear drive. So Acedeck has tested out their gear drive on the N1, and I have to say, it is one of the best gear drives I have ever tried. And now they're bringing it onto their X1. Acedeck's gear drives, they're very smooth, very quiet, and I don't feel much slack in their gears either, so there's not like clunking when you accelerate with some other gears. The gear drives, they're machined aluminum as well, and the whole case looks very futuristic. So the gear drive case is aluminum, just like the trucks, so they blend together very well and looks like they should be together from the first place. And there's also some blue accents on the bottom that keeps the gear drives from getting dinged up too much. I think that's a nice touch because with my gear drives that I had previously, it gets dinged up so easily. It looks pretty bad after it got scratched. But with gear drives, it also comes with some limitations. Most importantly is the wheel compatibility. With this new gear drive, you will really only be able to use two wheel types. It's either their 200mm all-terrain wheels or 180mm tubeless wheels. The 180mm tubeless wheels, I recommend it full stop. Because tubeless tires, they feel so much better than tube tires in my experience. And they absorb vibrations very well, and they're in general more reliable than tube and tire setups because you don't have to worry about an inner tube popping when you're like say going off a curb or just some accidents. With the tubeless tires, if you get a puncture, you can always plug them up with like those tire patching kits, or you can put some tire sealant inside of the wheel as a preventative measure. 180mm, I thought I was going to notice the difference between this and 200mm, but honestly there is not much of a difference and I couldn't really tell. So all in all, this new X1 is more like a N1, like its powertrain put onto the original X1, and I think this is a match made in heaven. In terms of battery, Acedeck this time they decided not to use the Molicel P42A, but instead they went for Samsung 40T. These cells, they have very similar discharge rates, so you shouldn't be feeling much of a difference. But P42A is better at lower temperatures than 40T, and also P42A has slightly more capacity compared to the 40T, but I don't think it's going to be very noticeable anyways. And the time it takes to fully charge the board is the same. It is from 4 to 5 hours. Usually we charge it close to 5 hours. So it is going to be a pretty long charge, but on the other hand, the battery is really big, so you don't need to charge it as often, which is my preferred way of charging it. And this battery pack is 14S4P. It is massive. The ESC also got an upgrade. So previously on the original X1, it only had a 50 amp ESC if you got it in 2-wheel drive. If you got it in 4-wheel drive, you get two 50 amp ESCs front and back. So that combines to, let's just say there's no degradation, no nothing, 100 amps. But this time, with the 2023 version of the X1, you just get 90 amps in 2 motors. That is amazing. That is the same amount of amperage as they do have it in the Z1, which is monstrous. So Acedeck, I don't know what kind of magic they're doing. I don't know what kind of sacrifices they had to do, but this is insane. This might be like the fastest production, like it's not even a tune one, it's just I wouldn't even call it an all-terrain because it's using TKP trucks, but it's like in its own category. It's like the asphalt zoom category. I don't know what to call it. It's weird. But with the new ESC, the 2023 version of the X1 is still using the same remote as before. So this remote has a lot more information than a generic Hobbywing remote. You can see your voltage, your speedometer, your odometer, and like your rotation speeds, and all that information is all there. And if you click the function button 8 times, you can get to a hidden menu where it can tweak things even better for your liking. But I will still be very interested into seeing like a new remote update perhaps. If we can get a different design for the remote, you know, you can set yourself apart. As for the deck, I believe it is about the same as the original X1 deck. It feels very nice. There's center concave, there's concave on the sides, so it is a W-shaped concave. It feels very nice on your feet. And the deck is long and wide, so you can fit your whole foot on there, no problem whatsoever. And turning on this feels amazing. It is a pretty long board, so the turning radius is going to get reduced because of it. And TKP trucks, they're not very known to be very nimble, so that could also be an issue. Because like, as for where I live, there's a lot more long stretches of road than like places where I really need to maneuver. So I really like this board for those long stretches of road. But if I need to make a sharp turn somewhere, I can still do it, no problem whatsoever. And with these tubeless tires, they are very sticky to the ground, which means you can make even sharper turns than you would like, and the traction of these wheels really wouldn't give out. So for this board, the quota range is 55 kilometers. In our testing, we got it closer to 47-ish. The effects that can affect your range is the tire pressure, rider weight, how the rider is standing, the type of terrain you're riding. So the range estimation is really just an estimation. But as for the top speed, with the 200mm wheels, Acedeck is quoting 60 kilometers an hour, but for 108mm wheels, Acedeck is quoting 55 kilometers an hour. So we used the 180mm wheel and we were able to hit those quoted speeds. With the 2023 version of the X1, there is only one pattern choice for the carbon fiber. It's only the football pattern. I really like the forged pattern, like I think that's a cooler looking one, but for the 2023 version, unfortunately we don't have that anymore. So football pattern, it looks good, but personally I would prefer the forged pattern, but it is what it is. It still looks really good. The original X1, we got it as a 4-wheel drive version. It was extremely heavy because there's 2 more motors in the front and you have to carry all that weight. But for the 2023 version, there is only 2 motors in the back, which means you can pull the board pretty easily by the front. It is still a quite heavy board that I wouldn't really want to carrying it up and down stairs, but I could still do it because there's 2 less motors in the front and there's somewhere to grab, which is the trucks. You can just grab the trucks and just pull it downstairs. It's fine. So because of this board's size and weight, I would really describe it as a beginning to destination board. It is heavy, so you don't really want to carry it with you. So riding it to your destination is going to be your best bet, and it's going to do that on the road brilliantly and you're gonna enjoy the entire ride. And because of the concave, my feet don't really get tired on them, so it is a very good feature. So go check out the Acedeck X1 2023 version if you want to ride on long stretches of road very comfortably, or in general you just have a lot of pavement riding that you want to do, because it is going to do that beautifully. And even if you really want to, you can also try some light off-roading, like on grass, it will still handle okay. If it's on loose gravel, then probably don't take it there, but if it's on dirt roads, you can still try it. So Acedeck X1 2023, I think it is a worthy upgrade to the original X1. There's just so many things that has changed, and I'm really excited for this board. So if you want to get the Acedeck X1 2023 version for yourself, I'll leave the affiliate link and the discount code in the description, so you can get a little bit of a discount. If you like this video, give a like, subscribe, and keep safe out there, and have fun. I'll see you next time.